Welcome to Delta Wave History, your sanctuary for functional historical boredom. Our focus will remain on the historical, methodical, numerical, and the procedural. This allows your mind to unwind and drift into historical details. Please adjust your volume for a consistent, even tone. We aim for a predictable vocal rhythm, devoid of sudden shifts in pitch or intensity, designed to facilitate a state of tranquil observation and sleep, if you wish. Tonight, we are journeying back thousands of years to the quiet hillsides of ancient Greece. You will discover how early architects achieved a feat of acoustic engineering that seems almost impossible today. They built grand, open-air theaters where a single dropped pin could be heard by an audience of 14,000 people. Settle into your bed, let your breathing slow, and allow the intricate details of ancient limestone geometry to guide you into a deep, restful slumber. There is nothing you need to solve or worry about tonight. The year is the 4th century BCE, and the Hellenic world is deeply devoted to drama, music, and the spoken word. To accommodate massive festivals, builders needed to construct sprawling, semicircular auditoriums into the natural slopes of the landscape. But creating a space that large presented a monumental physical challenge. How could the subtle sigh of an actor reach the very back row without the aid of any electronic amplification? The answer lay not in magic or mystery, but in meticulous mathematical precision. It began with the careful, deliberate selection of the hillside itself. Master builders methodically surveyed the land, looking for specific topographical depressions. They needed an exact slope that naturally blocked out the prevailing, noisy coastal winds. Once the perfect, quiet site was chosen, the grueling, repetitive work of carving the limestone began. These seats were not merely places to rest, they were sophisticated, highly calibrated acoustic filters. Each tier of the theatre was carved from native limestone, a material specifically chosen for its density. This heavy stone possessed unique sound-dampening properties that modern engineers still study. The stonemasons cut the seating rows into a very specific corrugated shape. This ridged, mathematically grooved surface acted as a trap for low-frequency background noise. When a massive crowd gathers, there is a constant, low-level murmur of rustling cloaks, shifting bodies, and gentle, rhythmic breathing. The specific slope and depth of the limestone seats effectively scattered these low frequencies, neutralizing the ambient hum of the audience. With the low frequencies absorbed by the corrugated stone, the high-frequency sounds of the performers were free to travel unhindered. The sharp clarity of a spoken consonant or the sharp intake of an actor's breath skipped effortlessly upward across the stone tiers. The geometry of the theatre was precisely calculated to reflect these specific high frequencies directly to the ears of the spectators. It was an invisible, perfectly constructed web of sound waves. The orchestra, the circular playing space at the bottom of the slope, served as the primary resonator. It was paved with hard, reflective stone, swept clean of any dust or debris. When a performer stood precisely in the center of the orchestra, their voice bounced off the hard floor. The sound projected outward in a perfect, steadily expanding hemisphere. The angle of the seating rows was carefully graded to capture this expanding wave. The lower seats had a gentler incline, while the upper tiers grew slightly steeper in a very deliberate curve. This gradual steepening, a gentle curve known as the acoustical concave, prevented the sound waves from losing their energy. The voices remained crisp and clear as they traveled further from the stage. You can imagine the sound waves as gentle ripples in a perfectly calm pond. They radiate outward and upward in flawless, undisturbed, concentric circles. The architects also had to consider the natural flow of air and temperature. They understood the physical principle that sound travels faster in warm air than in cold air. During the long Mediterranean days, the sun heated the dense limestone seats. This steadily warmed the layer of air directly above the stone surface. This subtle temperature gradient gently bent the sound waves upward. It acted as an invisible cushion, lifting the voices of the actors directly into the uppermost galleries. Every single measurement, from the exact height of the backrests to the uniform width of the footiles, was dictated by the unwavering laws of wave physics. There was no room for error, only perfect, geometric alignment. Even the backrests of the individual seats played a crucial role in this sonic puzzle. They were angled to reflect stray sound waves back toward the audience, rather than allowing them to escape into the open, starlit sky. The pure precision required to carve thousands of these seats by hand is difficult to fully comprehend. The workers used only iron chisels, wooden mallets, and an endless reservoir of patience. Month after month, year after year, the steady, predictable rhythm of stone striking stone echoed across the quiet valley. It was a slow, methodical process of shaping an acoustic masterpiece out of the raw earth. Finally, the dust settled on the pristine white limestone, catching the warm, fading glow of the sun. The completed theater was a structure of breathtaking symmetry and unparalleled sonic perfection. Modern acoustical engineers have visited these sites, equipped with lasers and complex computer modeling software. They have spent hours measuring the precise properties of ancient theaters like Epidaurus. Their instruments revealed that the ancient Greeks achieved a level of sonic clarity that is almost impossible to replicate today without the use of modern electronic microphones. The sheer repetitive nature of the architecture creates a profound visual and auditory harmony. Row upon row of identical limestone curves stretch out in a perfect, soothing, mathematical pattern. It is a quiet testament to the power of human observation. It represents a slow, patient, and deep understanding of the natural world and its unseen forces. As you lie there, picture the smooth, sun-warmed surface of the ancient limestone. Imagine the cool evening air settling over the perfectly carved tiers. Listen to the quiet, rhythmic breeze sweeping over the empty stone rows. It carries nothing but the faintest, gentlest echo of ancient history. The intricate mathematics of the theater are completely stable, perfectly constant, and entirely unmoving. They have stood undisturbed for thousands of years. There is nothing left to calculate, nothing left to build, and absolutely nothing left for your mind to worry about tonight. The work was finished centuries ago. The ancient sound waves have long since dissipated into the quiet night. They leave behind only a profound sense of peace and stillness. Let your mind rest completely in the quiet perfection of this ancient geometry. Allow yourself to drift steadily down into a deep, uninterrupted, and restful sleep. Good night. Discover more history by watching the next video. We're eager to share more with you. You can't go wrong. All our videos are deeply detailed, dull while fascinating, and distinctly sleep-inducing.